Hey guys, so basically, as you can see, different setup, new year, new everything, but here I am, I'm back in action, and here's to a constant year. I think a positive and constant year. And so basically, I wanted to kick off my YouTubing year with a video that I haven't done before, and that's a soccer review, guys. I feel like I love football so much, and the people around me get to experience it firsthand, but it's nothing I've shown you guys. So yeah, basically this week was the second leg of the Real Madrid Roma Champions League game, and I had a few thoughts on it. This video is going to be a little bit of a take on in terms of what went down, what I feel, what I think, who I'm loving, and who I really think needs to be. So guys, I don't know if you watched. If you don't watch football, then you should, or if you don't like stress, don't do it. It is so stressful. I feel like Real Madrid actually causes such an increase in my blood pressure. I was relatively impressed by our offense and like the attacking structure and just the way things played out up front. A friend of mine and I have been speaking, and he's been saying how we really need to buy offensive players, and I've just been voicing out how that's our problem. We always think we need offensive players, even though we really don't. And so like right now, I honestly feel like that is not the problem. We're actually pretty okay in front. The issues are at the back, guys. Real Madrid in like whole really constantly wants to go for up and coming rising stars that are up front. Like even now with the rumors of Hazard, and now my friend was saying how he'd love Aubameyang, and I'm just like, for where? Like for what? For who? You know? But that's how I feel. So I definitely feel like I've been voicing out my frustrations and saying how much we need more solid defensive players. Not only as defenders but also as midfielders. And so I've been reading a couple of like articles and stuff recently, and just there seems to be a lot of people voicing up my frustration, and I was just like, clearly I'm not losing my mind. Recently there's been a real incredible introduction of Casemiro playing in the team a bit more, and it's been so great. Like I'm so happy. I love Casemiro now. That's Bale. So like guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so great. He can't do no wrong. And then also recently, obviously it wasn't in this game because he didn't play, but the 18-year-old Borja Mayoral or something like that. But I'm impressed. The guy is experienced beyond his years. He's younger than me, guys. I felt so old. But just seeing how incredible he is, and I think I was looking at like some of his previous stuff and everything, and it just picked up that he's quite an alert player, which I feel for a striker is quite a key trait to have. So he could grow into a really good striker. Guess we'll have to wait and see. And it saddens me in the sense that like I feel like if he picks up at a faster rate, he could overshadow Hesse, and I kind of have a soft spot for Hesse. I've been really excited about Casemiro and him infiltrating in the midfield, making it more defensively structured. I mean, I looked at the Roma game and he made some like super important tackles, and he just brought the ball back up. And okay, that sounds so like layman, but he literally, I don't even know, like I was in such awe, guys. I was just sitting there like this, like where did he come from? I love it. But yeah, he was really holding his own. Obviously he is quite young, so there's still a lot of experience that he could gain, but it's been really impressive to watch. There was a big gapping in terms of, not a gapping, but Marcelo I feel was struggling to track back, which is our biggest problem. And obviously, like I said, I really feel like we have a problem in our defense. Sergio Ramos, I think for a captain, played really well. Like not for a captain, for a defender, really. I think it was one of his greater performances. He really held his own, and the center wasn't our issue. Our issue was Salah. However, I was never threatened because I'm not scared of Salah. That sounds really bad, but guys, we started watching the game, and the people that were anti-Madrid in the room were like, oh Salah, and I was like, I'm not threatened by him. I know he's brilliant, like he's good, but he can't finish. Like he can't finish. And by the end of the game, the guys felt so bad because they were like, oh shucks, she was right. And I was like, I'm literally just gonna do a very quick rundown in terms of how I feel each player played. So we'll start at the back and move forward. So with K-Law, I honestly felt like he played really well. He was quite a solid keeper, and he kept out a lot. Like he kept us out of trouble. I think, well, he didn't have to deal with a lot because Salah didn't know quite where to go, but the few straight attacks that he had to handle, he handled well. I think even just thinking about opportunities where he had to leave and actually intercept and not just wait for it but actually come forward, his timing was impeccable and I was really impressed. Moving to the left, with Marcelo, I was a little bit upset because a lot of the opportunities that could have been conceded were down the left, and it was like Salah, and it was just, he was so adventurous and so quick to go up forward, but he was not doing so well. I definitely feel like Marcelo could have done a better job defensively. However, we're just lucky we did not concede. My issue comes in with the fact that we're gonna play bigger teams and we can't expect all of this to work. When it's falling, like, you can see evidence that it shall fall apart, but you're like, no, we'll just hope for the best, because teams like Bayern and Barca will definitely capitalize on such errors. So yeah, that's how I felt about Marcelo's performance. Pepe, I didn't feel much. I was just like, he did his job where he was needed. He's not as fast as others, but like, not as airily strong as he could have been, but he was just fine. Like, nothing great, nothing bad, nothing to write home about. Sergio Ramos, obviously everyone knows, like, okay, if you don't know, he's like the reason I started watching football. So I love him, but regardless of my love for him, I feel like he had a good game, which is great to see, like, that he's still so great. And I love it when I'm not the only one saying it, when people can actually be like, oh my gosh, he's great. Really stood his ground, really did allow there not to be any threats coming through the center. Even when mistakes were made, I think he was one of the most composed players in getting things back together and clearing things out. So I was really chuffed. Danilo, I feel like my mom told me that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. No, I'm kidding. I don't like him. This is the truth. It's kind of a love-hate relationship, except I haven't felt the love part yet. But he just played okay. Like, I really don't feel like he's very strong offensively. I feel like he's not as strong as people suggest. Maybe I'm being too critical. And I look at his crosses and I'm like, Carvajal's is so much better. Like, you know, just his delivery isn't as strong as I would say Carvajal's are. But yeah, so I think it was just a game. However, which is great for him because usually I have so many bad things to say, and today I don't. So that's a step in the right direction. Casemiro, oh my word. Guys, really loving Casemiro. I feel like we've really missed having a CDM, and he brings back so much. I think I look back at how many people were lost, and as I was walking home today, I was thinking about it. I was like, dang, actually, we've lost so many people that, like, defensive players. I didn't even notice because they were like lost one by one kind of thing. I mean, even when it comes to like our backs, I mean, Marcelo is quite offensive. We can't lie to ourselves. He is great. He is able, like, more than capable of tracking back and everything. But he's very vital in terms of going forward. Whereas you look at someone like Fabio Contra, who is actually more renowned for his defensive play than he was for his offensive play, and how we like kind of pushed him out. Like, now he's on loan. And I think of players like even how Sami Khedira left, and then that was also a gapping, even though at the time it was like an injury and prolonged injury and stuff. So obviously there was a lot that boiled down to it, but it was just like, oh my gosh, we actually have a problem. And the biggest, which was, I think everyone was sad when it happened, but I don't think we realized how big of a problem it was going to be, was Xabi Alonso. Like, oh my gosh, he left like a hole in our team because no one was able to fulfill the roles that he played. And I feel like we brought in Illaramendi with false hope. Like, people were saying he was the next Alonso, and I was literally like, where? I really did not like Illaramendi at all. I was, oh my gosh, I was waiting for him to leave. And when he did, I was like, I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right. So now I currently feel that way about Danilo. Carvajal is obviously by miles my first pick in terms of right back, and I think that it makes sense as to why. But I'm really excited about Casemiro's transformation. I was so impressed. I'm just so happy. Firstly, he's a youth player. Yay on us. I think he's well aware of the load that's being shifted onto him and the responsibilities that are being handed to him. And man, he's taking them on. I mean, I look at this game and how he was literally just like holding his ground, making sure that he delivered forwardly, making sure that he was seen as a threat. No, I was really impressed. I'm really happy. I think it's really great for our next two players. I'll talk to them together. Chris and Modric, they're incredible. They're such great players, and I think now because of the responsibilities defensively that are being handed down to someone like Casemiro, they're able to thrive even more. They're able to do their best because they are very attacking. Like, they're capable of defense, but they don't do their best in defense. Does that make sense? So like Modric, I feel like Modric is such a musical player. Like, he makes me remember why I love this game. He plays such intricate, beautiful, detailed football. I don't know how he does what he does, guys. We need to clone the man. Chris passes were on point again. I remember not too long ago, I didn't post a video obviously, but I was ranting and raving about how his passes were not the same, and I was like, oh, we're losing you, you're changing. Oh. So I was very happy with the two of them together. They're playing very well and making a very great creative platform for the rest of the team. So rah. Bale, it was a good game for him returning. That was obviously his first start, and obviously he's not completely fit yet, so he didn't play a full game, but I think it was a good run. Again, a lot of people, I was reading a lot of things and they were saying how he was like one of the catalytic aspects in terms of getting us to play the way we did. I don't know if I agree. I do feel like he did play well. It's great to see him back, great to see him producing again, regardless of what the chemistry is like between him and his teammates. I'm so chuffed. It was a good game from him all around. It was just, the only thing was how he really could have scored more, but that's not, you see, as Real Madrid fans, I feel like we're rather spoiled, because that's what, like, we always just like, yeah, we could have scored more, and it's like, guys, you won 7-2. James, obviously, like, I feel like he played really well, and I'm glad he got a goal. I think that's good for his, like, confidence. Come on, Ham. And yeah, I think he's generally a really like high tempo player, and I hope he's coming back to being at his best, because his best was great and his best was like admirable, whereas now I prefer someone else whose numbers like 22. Now to the substitutes. I was really impressed by two of the three. Which, funnily enough, all three of them are people I really love, which is great. So Herse, I feel like he really did try to penetrate in the little time that he was given. He really capitalized and maximized on it, which is great. I love it. I love that you come off the bench and you're like, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do something. Could have assisted a third goal. Loved his pace of just bringing the ball up. Guy's so fast. Love him. But obviously, with that was like one of the shots that Ronaldo hit up wide. Another substitute who did provide the original assist, and not only that, really did change up the game, I feel, was Vasquez. He came up and, man, firstly he was like a ball of fire. Guy was so energetic. Guy was like, I'm in it. He was not all over the place. I feel like it was controlled jitter. Does that make sense? I feel like it was controlled jitter, and I loved it. Just seeing him play more as well, because I feel like he's actually not that young, and so for him to be getting more chances and just possibly starting to set like grounds in terms of where he could play, it was good to see and it was good to watch. I think he really was a game changer. Picked up the tempo incredulously. The assists incredible. He just was really involved. Could have given another assist, obviously that didn't go so well, but just the fact that his vision was quite on point. Come on. Oh, like Kovacic, I feel like this wasn't like a strong substitution from him. He just played okay, really, and he actually lost the ball too easily. So I was just like, I love Kovacic. Like, I love him. Actually. I'm always talking about the immense potential I feel like he has, and I'm so excited to see where he goes, and I'm so excited that we bought him. I feel like he was quite a good buy, especially futuristically. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on this game. I really enjoyed it all around. Give this a thumbs up if you're enjoying the fact that I'm speaking all this, and if you agree with anything that I've mentioned in this video at all. Also, if you want more player ratings or just discursive conversation on football, Real Madrid and other teams, put it down there and let me know. How about you, girl? Like, comment, share, subscribe, do that stuff, that beautiful, lovely, wonderful stuff. That is all. Bye.